Can they hear now? Can you hear now? Hmm? You can hear? Okay. All right. Let me go back.
On YouTube at least. You can hear it on YouTube? Yeah.
He said, yeah, you can hear now.
Yeah, I can hear you guys too.
He said, no.
All right. So quick recap. Bet up, bet rivals, bet friend, no house. So the idea, like I said before, is just removing the actual house itself, empowering the actual users by giving them the power and putting them in their own hands. So think about it. For instance, me and Kendall talk basketball all the time. He knows, he's very knowledgeable. I give it to him. So for instance, we go back and forth all the time. So we discuss bets like, hey, do you think the Lakers are going to win by 10 tonight? We can easily just push that bet out, and he can accept my bet, and hey, bet on. So recap. Sorry for everyone. Live stream, terrible audio issues. 1 in 5 Americans actually bet, and this is reportedly bet. So let's be real. We're looking at probably like 2 to 5, 2, maybe 3 and 5. But to recap everything else, the biggest issue right now with all the sports betting bets that I've used in the past, present, there's no way of one-on-one bets, and there's always a case where the house always wins. Think, for instance, if we bet on soccer, any outcome of soccer, for instance, if we put $1,000 on Atlanta United, you put $1,000 on Miami. We ends in a tie, the house wins all the money. We lose all our cash. So that's one of the biggest issues in the actual the sports betting market space. And also, the betting learning curve is terrible. Yeah.
Lines.
Hmm?
Lines and stuff.
Lines, odds. Like you can name any of the. If anybody can name anything in terms of like how, we'll say, for instance, spread works. What happens to a +5 spread in favor of the Falcons? Exactly. No idea. So, solution. Social gambling. Social gambling, number one, will allow us to bet one another, as well as we'll be able to expand in different states that don't have the actual online gambling per se, but they do believe in social gambling, which i.e. the lottery. Peer-to-peer bets, and then placing easy bets. It's just easy. It's just a handshake. It's $50 on this. I'll accept. Hey, let's go forward. So competition. So there's 2 things I want to talk about. I want to talk about the competition that we have on the right, and I want to talk about what makes us different. On the right. Sorry, backwards. We have DraftKings, FanDuel, PrizePicks, and MGM. So granted, they're the biggest 4 of the market. Actually, biggest 3. I picked PrizePick because they're kind of similar to what we are. It's more of daily bets, but you're betting the actual house directly. Unlike them, we will be minority owned. We believe in betting people, not houses. And the biggest thing, we have the advantage of social gambling. So it gives us the access to different markets that these competitors don't have yet. So biggest competitive advantages, of course, first to market, bet peers, not house. The social gambling aspect, like I keep bringing up. And then also, another thing that's going to set us apart is being able to post content. So think about a junior sports writer, a junior up-and-coming editor. Hey, you want to get your work out there? You want to go ahead and get your content out there? You can leverage Betup to push your sports betting news. So, the biggest thing, the actual model itself. That's what really everyone cares about in terms of investors and everything else. So, what we broke down was projecting us attaining half of 1% of a market share, so which comes out to $8.9 billion. So the way we go through things, if we were to place a 5% transaction fee on all winning transactions, losers do not get charged anything. If it ends in a tie, you don't get charged as well. We projected to have $445 million. So this is a projection based off of 3 years, and I'm gonna go further into it as we go later on. And also, additional revenue could be something similar to like Cash App or Block Bottle, 1.5 same day transactions, or if you want to wait, we'll give you a free deposit. All right, so a couple milestones. The way we're breaking things off in terms of quarter, don't look at it as like the actual quarter right now. Look at it as more phases for us right now. So we're a good place where we're at right now, unlike other up and coming like seed companies. We have a proof of concept done. We have the UX complete. The branding is complete. What we need to do now is just connect everything via AWS servers, also raising our funding, and then the completion of MVP. From there, we're able to move forward to the next markets and expand upon there. So what we're asking for? We're asking for roughly, I'm thinking $800,000. The reason being is mainly to accelerate our development so we can move towards version 1. Also secure our licensing, so which we'll have to have a little overhead in regards of our licensing. Oh man, that's lovely. All right, another technical difficulty. All right, we're back. Okay, so what I was saying was we can secure our licensing for New Jersey. The thing about New Jersey is we're looking at roughly like $20,000 to $30,000 in terms of a betting license, but what they care about mainly is you having the overhead, just in case something happened. You have to pay your depositors, to pay your customers. We don't want to basically another FTX situation. Okay. Oh, sorry, man. All right, and the lovely team. All right. Of course, me, Cheyenne for the design, my boy Justin back there in terms of the database and the servers, and Mehul, hey man, everything technology-wise. So, pretty cool thing about this team, we have a plethora of knowledge, a plethora of experience, like combined all together, we're looking at over 20 years of experience, and we're talking with top tier tech companies. You name it, Amazon, Home Depot, Google, even Georgia Tech. So we've had experience working with those companies, and we've had experience working together, bringing all some stuff together. And yeah, thank you. Be sure to check out Betup.money. Subscribe to our newsletter. We'll put out new content, and we'll let all subscribers know. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you. All right, so before we go into, because I want to show you guys a proof of concept, the actual app itself, of just going through betting, making one bet. Do we have any questions? All right, Chris.
So, well, I'll ask a question. So, can you give an example of the house betting again? You said this is not going to be. We're trying to remove the house, right? And if you said if 2 people were to bet something like the house not getting the money, could you elaborate on that concept?
Yeah, sure. So whenever there's an actual bet, there's never a 1-to-1 bet when it comes to sports betting. The reason being is the house makes money that way. So, for instance, if it is 2-to-1, you're never going to make the full amount back. You're going to make that third essentially from that bet. The way what we're doing with social gambling, and as well as bet up, is we can bet peer to peer. So it'll be 1-to-1. Your $50, my $50.
Yeah.
Winner gets the pot.
It's kind of like the app is the handshake.
Basically. Yeah.
So would you be able to then add, like, if everybody in this room wanted to get down on that, would you be able to then get
So you're asking more of like a pool bet?
Yeah, like a fantasy football bet. You know what I'm saying? Like, or is it just only 1-to-1 or 2-to-2?
So we actually been talking about that. For the proof of concept, I'm going to show you guys it's just 1-to-1, but we're thinking more so of pool bets. So think of it as like you're buying equity in the bet. So if it's a $1,000 bet, you put your 20% up. That's what you get back if you win.
What about social? How are you going to leverage social?
So social has a lot to do with like posting content. So you can post as much content as you want. You can talk trash with whoever you want. You can foul your bets. We just want to have more of a social media light integrated app within our sports betting app. So
Keep them in the app.
keep them engaged. That's the biggest thing.
Obviously, like a feed of like, hey, that's money.
Yeah.
Is there an age limit requirement for the people who are allowed to spend? For example, 15 up, 16 up, 21 up, something like that?
That would vary per state. So we're looking at Jersey first, and I believe that age limitation is 18 years old. So it's just going to vary per state.
Are you allowed to do as many bets at one time? Like if you know you're the sole person who thinks that Kansas City's going to win the Super Bowl, and there are 2 people out there who say, "Hey, I got $100 for these."
I mean, you can.
Whatever you have in your
Yeah.
account, essentially.
So for the viewers, his question was, hey, can you make as many bets as you can? The answer is pretty much yeah. I mean, honestly, it's much money you have that your debit card allows you to use. Feel free to use it. Now, there are other situations with certain states. I know with Jersey, it's like they limit up to like $10,000 in regards to bet, and then you have to do some other extrajudicial things. But it was just very per case.
I have one last question. Have you thought about, or are you guys gonna implement like some type of margin to your customers, like in terms of funding them X amount of dollars, margin betting or margin money, so that they can put up your guys' money to bet as opposed to their own, just like in the stock market. You leverage maybe however many X dollars you have, you get X amount of dollars back from the platform, TD, Ameritrade, whatever. Have you guys thought about that or plan on implementing this?
So,
Is that really a smart thing, or they do it in the betting world?
different states do it, different rules, but definitely, like, if it's legal, it's something that we may visit in the future. It all depends on our funding, kind of like how Rick had mentioned, that we need that 800,000 to have the money as the capital flow. And then that way, we can charge interest on it as well. That's another avenue for, exactly.
What's the video guy? He just took me up my
Cool.
TikTok.
All right. So it's getting like super bright in here, so I'm about to kill the stream. I'm gonna go ahead and showcase the demo to you guys. Sorry about everyone on the chat. I'm gonna go ahead and probably just do like another video and upload that later. And hey, appreciate everybody tuning in.